Welcome back to another episode of Super System Sunday, where I pass along a historical, profitable situational system. What I always say is a trend or angle means absolutely nothing if it doesn't have an easily explainable, logical reason for why the trend exists. I don't care if a team is 8-2 against a spread versus a team. I want to know why before backing that team. Is there a fundamental mismatch? If so, does it only exist versus that team? There's ways we can rule out trends that are just random noise or that actually have actionable reasons to bet it. Some trends have to appear for us to find out if those reasons exist. An example I always use is one with Fenway Park, the hometown ball club. This was a long time ago, but for like a 2 or 3 year period, there was this big uptick in runs being scored at Fenway Park during day games. It seemed like every pitcher, home or away, was getting rocked, even against bad offensive teams. Now, there's only about 20 day games a year at Fenway, so it did take a couple years until it was even realized a trend existed, and it had nothing to do with the teams, but rather during day games, the attendance at Fenway is a lot lower, so they would cover the center field bleachers with this black tarp. It's still done today, but this was back when it first started happening, like I think probably 15 years ago now. The black background made it much easier for hitters to pick up the ball coming out of the pitcher's hand compared to night games where there's fans in that section. My point here is a trend with no reason or a trend that isn't back-tested is worthless. So with that said, for this week's Super System, we're going to go with one of the most tried and true systems there is in football. Windy game unders. We're entering the time of year where weather becomes a major factor in football games, but the main weather element that impacts scoring is wind. A lot of people think rain and snow impact scoring, but it's not the cause for that, and it's only when there's wind involved. Since 2005, going back now 20 years, if you just simply bet the under in every NFL game that had an average wind speed of double digits, you'd have a 9% ROI, a little over a 56% win rate. There's 5 games that match this week. Here's the problem, though. I'm recording this video on Thursday. Wind impacting scoring isn't some secret. It's very well known, and the odds makers adjust for this. Look at all the games expected to have double-digit wins. The total's already been adjusted down from where it opened. So although you may have missed the number this week, it's something you can use and be ready for in the weeks coming. Simply pay attention to the weather forecast and use your best judgment. You can wait and get more information on what the weather will be on game day, but you risk losing value on the line. I kind of call it the gamble within the gamble, betting on weather. Your other option is join my Discord, and I'll do the work for you and let you know when to fire. The invite link to join is in all my social media bios. You can